We are talking to Jayati Ghosh, who's an economist and a professor in JNU.
Oh, I think it's really a much broader concept than just the lack of government intervention. In fact, I would say that to get real economic freedom, you need government intervention in particular ways. Because to me, economic freedom of the population is giving them the freedom to be able to choose the opportunities that will allow them to develop to their full potential, and the freedom to be able to choose what they would like to do with their lives.
Okay.
And that is not something that markets deliver. In fact, markets, unfettered markets especially, deliver the opposite. They give you, in a sense, a freedom that is essentially unfreedom. When you can see this in India, there are so many people in India who are free of any productive assets, who are free of any ability to do things that will allow them to make something of their lives.
Okay.
That is not, to me, real freedom. So I would say that, to me, economic freedom is that which delivers you from the unfreedom of lack of choice. Well, you know, I grew up in a generation that we were already in independent India. But I think Independence Day is very significant because it reminds us that, you know, independence, at the time when it happened, people had such dreams about the country. And there were so many things that we assumed were happening because of colonial power. So, in fact, it's very clear when you look at the speeches of the time or even the constitution, people thought that now we're independent, we will be able to educate all our people. We'll be able to provide them basic housing, the essential health services. We'll be able to give power to every citizen and all of that kind of thing. We now know that that's not enough.
Yeah.
We now know that, in a sense, we have failed our people in not delivering on the promises that we all had at that time, or that certainly everyone in the country felt, that economic and political independence will allow you to deliver to every citizen in the country what are their basic social and economic rights. So, in a sense, to me, Independence Day is a reminder of that huge task that is still ahead of us and the basic development project that we have not performed. I think India still, most of all, needs freedom from, dare I say it, from its elites, from the class of people who are beneficiaries of a distorted development that denies the mass of people their basic rights. So, in fact, in India, we need freedom from the stranglehold of certain types of power groups. Sometimes it's large capital, sometimes it's media houses, sometimes it's a nexus of corrupt politicians, bureaucrats and others who are able to influence, whether it's the money power in politics or the corporate control over media or the ability of the state and bureaucracy to orient rules in their favor and in favor of large capital. What we have today is a system in which the internal functionings, the domestic political economy, is not providing what I said are the basic promises of the Indian state to the people. So in that sense, I think the basic thing we need freedom from is that stranglehold of that configuration of class and power forces that is preventing the freedom of the people.
Okay.